I'm waiting to see you on here. Girl,
This is interesting.
very. I don't know what's going on tonight, but it is what it is. Listen,
Where's
I'm not
Lynette?
doing this. I'm not sure. Let me see if I it's already sent it to her, so I don't know. Maybe she gotta do it on her own. It already sent, so
Yeah,
listen.
I'm not
When I
even gonna
say
like,
tonight pissed me off.
I can't even see you. My screen is black.
Oh, is it? You might have
Mm,
to go out and come back in. Tonight is just not the night. Did you request it? Were you the one requesting it?
no, I didn't request it.
It added you,
Hmm.
and it's still black.
Yeah, I can't see you. I see myself.
Oh, and I could see you. I don't know if that's a thing.
Can you see
Aren't you?
yourself?
Yeah, I could see myself and you. Let me remove you and bring you back. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. Change guest role. Oh, guest is a broadcast. I will still be able to watch. Okay. Oh my God, y'all. Tonight is a night from hell. It's a night from hell. I don't know if it's going to allow me to bring the other person in. Are you back?
I guess it's just not gonna show you to me. I don't know what's going on. But
Tonight, y'all, but I could see you. As long as it's just crazy. I don't know how this works because usually when you're on live, we're supposed to see each other.
yeah.
Girl, I sent it. I don't know what's going on.
And now Lynette does not see the invite.
Yeah, it was there. It says two or more friends, and I can't invite her, so she got to look for it. It says sent, so I don't know how to get this off. Well, because this is
Sis.
not our usual way to do our platform.
No, it's not. Y'all, if you're watching, we confused, baby.
Tonight is a night. I mean, I'm paying this platform almost $200 for the year for this to happen. For me to still have to result to um Facebook. I'm like, this is weird.
It is.
See if she can request it. If she can join, come on the live and then request to be on there. It may work that way. It may work better that way.
Let's see, I don't even know how I leave
Or
out.
maybe I wonder if it's mm, girl, can you see? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear. Can
All
y'all hear
right.
me?
Yep. But you can't see me.
I just can't see you now.
Okay, so your screen is black too, Lynette?
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
the dumbest thing. Like,
So all
what
I
the
see on my
heck?
screen is just myself, and then I've got like black squares. I don't see nothing.
Well, listen, tonight we are on borrowed time. Okay. And I mean, you know what I think it is? Ever since Verizon had their little issue, everything stopped working. I swear I
Mhm.
felt like my phone was glitching. Things are just acting up after that. I'm like, what did y'all do?
Yeah, because it's like you're not
Okay.
even coming out of my headset. You're pretty much coming out of my phone.
Okay. Well, as long as you can see yourself, you know that you're going to see yourself on the screen. And now I don't even have this as the show that, so this show won't be up. And this was a really good one. So maybe, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get it to upload it on my thing, but I'm going to have to find out. But anyway, welcome to Pillow Talk Unplug on Facebook tonight. Because we had, I don't know what's going on with these daggone platforms. I mean, I'm paying this platform almost $200 for the year. Okay. They just did my subscription today. I looked at my account and said, damn it. And you mean to tell me I have issues with this?
I
So they're
know.
going to have to answer some questions. I'm like, you're messing with my money. You're messing with my money, my coins, right? They don't know. But
Okay,
hey,
Ashton said
Hampton.
hi.
Well, at least
Ashton,
we
can you
here.
see all three of us? Because we can't see each other.
Well, at least you saw the comment
Yeah,
because you
I can see
entered.
her comment. I was asking if she can see all of us because I
I'm
see me.
pretty sure she can. It's
We
just you
can
may
see
not can't see
everybody.
it. I don't know what kind of glitch that is, but whatever. So as long as you can see yourself, you know how you're looking to the world. Okay. So anyway, tonight is a really good show because we're talking about when being a firstborn becomes parenting, right? And
Hmm.
let me tell you, I was all prepared, had everything all squared away, and then this happens. I'm like, all right. And then here's the cool thing: my battery is dying. So so hopefully it will last us to the end of the show. But we're not going to be long tonight, only
Yeah.
because of the system glitches. I don't know what's going on, but like I said, ever since Verizon had their issues, it seems like we've had continuous issues after that. Like nothing worked for me. Absolutely nothing. This week I had a lot of computer problems, and then maybe it's the snow.
Yeah, it could be.
And
It's
then we
something.
get prepared. We get prepared for the. She said she could see us. We getting prepared for more snow, and they lie so much you don't know whether to prepare or just sit here. So I don't know. But anyway, let's talk about it, right? So this is an exciting show. We all three, which is a great thing. All three of us
Oh my
was
God.
born as a firstborn, right?
Hmm.
Stacey,
But
she
we
said it looks close up on you.
it does.
So everybody might be just looking at your eyeballs and your nose. You don't know.
Who said that?
This is
Ashton
funny.
said it looks close up on you.
Well, that's because I got to be holding the phone because
Oh,
unfortunately
okay.
I'm not computer literate to find out how to use the Facebook on the computer. So now I have my phone just sitting here like a total jackass. So bear with me because this is jackass of a night. Okay.
We might have to do a follow up for this episode, y'all.
Yeah, we might have to. Okay. Can y'all see? Is it better? Shoot, I'm
This
done
is
with this. I
this
am
is so
absolutely
funny.
done tonight.
This
Okay.
is
So
fun.
anyway. So we're we're going with the firstborn complex tonight. I just want to get through this damn show. So this is why it's called Pillow Talk Unplugged because it's unplugged as hell tonight. Okay. So we
Literally.
all we all are firstborns, right? But we
Yeah.
have three different scenarios of being a firstborn. And each of our stories are different. So for me, I always have story time, right? She said, yes, it's better. All right, thank you. I always have story time. And it seems like, I got to give it up to my family because they always give me something to talk about, which is helping my platform. So give it up to them. Yay. So listen, tonight. So here's my new story. Being the firstborn, I think your accountability is set so high that one mistake you make, it feels like you're crashing out, like you're the crash out, when
Yeah.
really your point is valid, right? So here we go. We're back to the siblings. Okay.
Oh,
Here's the story time because I have to get it out. And this is Pillow Talk Unplugged. People would think, oh, be reserved about what you say. You want to make sure that you're not telling. It's unplugging. This is my show. So I'm just going to speak it how it is. So I recently just had a situation. I hadn't talked to my sibling since I would say about June. For those that know, they know. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't talked to them since June. And so I figured why not? I had got a strange call, and I was like, you know what? Since I got this strange call, it didn't sound comfortable to me. So I was like, let me go ahead and try to send out a forewarning because this didn't sound right. So I said, okay, fine. So I went ahead and sent a text message from another phone because, of course, we're so damn immature that we just be blocking. Everything is block, 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 delete. And I'm like, when are we going to grow up? I mean, after a certain age, all that blocking stuff, it's kind of annoying. Like, I don't have to talk to you in real life for you to understand that we're just going to block you out, right? I don't have to do all that. She said the camera's very close up.
Okay.
Okay, is it
Who's
me?
co-
Is it me, Tamara? Is it me?
Yeah, Tamara, you gotta tell us who it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's him. Because I have you on, I'm watching us on my laptop.
So how close am I? Because I mean,
You're like,
idiotically,
you're like,
God
you're like
damn.
face
This
close.
is so, when I say this is the dumbest thing I've ever had to go through.
Oh,
Okay.
I was about to say, am I close? Can you see my pores? Does my skin look okay? It's her
Yeah.
turmeric soap. The Miracle
I
Bar is
mean,
the main thing.
everybody looks great.
She
It's
says
just,
it's me. Shoot. God
Oh, I
damn
knew
it.
I should have pulled out my computer.
Maybe it's these damn lashes. I don't know.
I think it's just the thing is it's just the alignment of
Mhm.
you on the screen because it has you on top and it
Okay.
has me and Anya at the bottom side by side. That's all.
Okay. All right. Am I too close? I mean, oh God.
I mean, you're fine. Honestly, it's as good as it's going
Okay.
to get. I mean,
Listen,
you're beautiful.
thank you. Thank you
She's
so
so
much.
silly.
This
She said she
daggone
could see
thing.
down your throat.
You know what? Well, there it is. Just see down my throat. So look, right?
Up your
She's like, but
nose.
y'all look okay. So
Yeah.
Lord, where's our regular platform when we needed y'all?
no, because I'm paying $200 for this thing to act like this. I'm blaming it on Verizon first. All right, so we're done. So listen, right? So I said, okay. So now getting to the story, because we just gotta get past this. So I sent the message and I was like, okay, I'm sending it because I'm forewarning you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me let the cat out the bag because this doesn't sound right hiding it. My sister, y'all. All right, let's go. We got it. Boom, it's out the bag. So I haven't talked to her since June because for those that know, she didn't, participate in my wedding, which I'm over that now. It's gone. The wedding has happened already. I'm focused on the new parts of my life. So I'm not going to sit and let that dwell, right? That's just it. We're good. So, am I still close? Please just let me know. All right. So,
Yeah.
I decided that I had got a phone call from, someone that handles like care. And so she sounded like she was concerned about something. But for me, for the phone call, I was uncomfortable. I was like, wait a minute, why do you keep reiterating this one subject? Is it something you're trying to say? If so, just say it so we can address it. If not, going around the bush of it, I'm not going to give you anything because I don't believe no matter what malice that we're going through, I'm not going to throw her under the bus.
Yeah.
I'd rather just say, hey, look, I'm trying to forewarn you. This call made me uncomfortable. I want you to address it. Fine. Y'all see any more comments? Because I'm trying to play hold the phone 9% and talk to y'all at the same time.
Yeah,
This
I'm,
is
I'm
not.
looking at the comments. I can
Yeah.
see
Oh,
them.
you can see them? Okay, good. Y'all got to help me out tonight. So I said to her, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and send you. I said, be on your P's and Q's. So the message was very clear. I left my other phone because I had sent it from my business phone because, people, like I said, we're immature, so we blocking. So I sent it from my business phone. Now, the crazy part is I had a witness because I was on the phone with my cousin that day and I read the message to her to make sure it sounded appropriate. It didn't sound aggressive and that it was good. And she was like, yeah, the message sound real good. So I said, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and send it. Sent the message. About an hour or two later, I went back and checked the phone. This girl goes and says, you're being a puppet master. Whatever scheme and scam you're coming up with, no thank you. I'm like, what? Like after June? That's like what, almost 6 months? Six or
Hmm.
7 months. I was like, I haven't talked to
Yeah.
you all that time, and this is the first thing that you can think of is that I'm scamming. So I was like, all right, whatever. This is her typical behavior. We're not talking. I'm not being the bigger person this time because I just want my peace. So I'll let it be. You're having a tantrum. I'm like, Lord. So I sent a message and I said, well, this is the reason why I moved on, because I see after so long you still haven't matured. So
Hmm.
instead of me going down the rabbit hole, I'm gonna just go ahead and let you go. I should have just let the lady think what she wanted to think. It wasn't my place to call you. Boom, we're gonna leave it. Everything was fine. She turns around and go on Facebook. So I didn't know because I'm not on her page and I'm not going to go looking and fishing. I don't once we have it in our mind that we're taking a break, I'm taking a
Hmm.
break respectfully. I'm not going to go fishing and causing drama, because let me tell you something about Facebook drama. That never stops. It just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. You just going in a circle looking at all the drama, and I'm not going to do it. So I didn't know what was going on. And my cousin screenshot, she went on Facebook to say, my sister's so wicked. I can't believe we're from the same parents. I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, another tantrum. So I said, okay, now you pissed me off. So as I'm trying to be holy, get back with God, that's not going to work because the devil done sent my trigger. So I said, okay, so now I went slam off. Do you hear me? I'm like, you're this, your mental health. I mean, I'm wearing her down. And
Yeah.
so I told my mom, so here's where the firstborn part come in. So I let her know, I said, hey, your daughter's on Facebook thrashing me, because I tried to warn her about an uncomfortable call. I don't know what's wrong with her, but look, she need to chill out. My mom was like, well, you're wishing mental health on someone. I said, after all of that, that's the only thing that
That's
you
the thing
heard?
you
I
got.
said,
Yeah.
oh,
That was
okay.
her only focus.
That's your only focus. I said, okay, so no problem. No problem. I was like, this is because as a firstborn, they always expect you to be the bigger person. But I'm
Yeah.
like, what fairness is that? As a mother, I would expect you to say, yo, that was wrong. Why would you even go that far? I honestly think she was trying to help you. I don't know what scheme and scam you're talking about. If I haven't talked to you, that's the first thing that you could think of after a person has not spoken to you, that they're scamming you. I mean, if you were doing what you were supposed to do,
Supposed to
then
be.
maybe you
Yeah.
would be paranoid.
True.
You get what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I can come up with. So I was just like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking to my mom, I'm like, this is crazy. I was like, Mom, I'm just gonna have to step back and leave y'all alone because this is too much. I'm trying to find peace in my life. I am elevating. I got married. Me and my husband's on the same page. We're like equally yoked. Like I looked into it. We are on the same page. We're doing things right. I don't need any extra. My mom's always like, I'm not gonna call you. I'm not gonna chase you. And I'm like,
Mm.
I'll never expect you to do that.
Yeah.
I said, I would never expect you to be the one that chased me because I'm the mama. I was like, I said, I'm the mother in this situation, not you. I'm the mom. So why would I expect you to chase me around? I have to be the
Yeah.
one to initiate everything because that's what you expect.
Yeah.
So you left my father. You made that choice for yourself because he wasn't being good to you. Fine, we get that. No one should ever stay in an abusive relationship. And I think that's a
Yeah.
lot of that did. Look, this thing is in my eye, girl. I will never wear these bat wings again. Lashes are just not for me, okay? So I try to meet her where she's at because she has a lot of trauma behind the abuse.
Yeah.
And it followed her to the point where she's now, she's in a bed, and I feel bad for her. I feel sad because my mom don't have a quality of life, and I hear how she talks and she brings up a lot of old things that happened in her previous relationship with my
Mm.
father. And you could tell that it's something that continues to haunt, like it's a haunting feeling for her. And I
Yeah.
understand that. But now that you have already got past that, and I was about what, 7 or 8 when you left him. I'm in my 40s
Mm.
now. We got to find some kind of common ground here to where it's not affecting us in our older life because we're still carrying around that trauma. And because you're holding that trauma, it's trickling down on your children too, to where we can't find common ground in just acting right just for
Hmm.
the sake of the fact that you're not well. And we
Mm-hmm.
have to hold it together so you can be better. Now, hands down, I would never take that from my sister. Like, she takes care of my mom, she does a good job to what she can. So I'm like, I don't know why you would feel that way. But again, that's your own paranoia. I'm not going to fight you on that. But what pissed me off is that you go on Facebook and you're making false accusations. So now I'm getting a bunch of text messages, a bunch of things, because now they're not going to her because this is a normal behavior. So they're
Yeah.
coming to me like, well, what happened? They're in
Mhm.
concern. They're like, oh my God, I've never known you to be that way. I was like, because I'm not. This is just her whole thing. I mean, maybe she's crashing out. She's like, you're not talking to me, and then you're gonna text me about some call, or I don't know if she
That was
doesn't.
definitely a crash out.
Is it?
That was
She
definitely a
doesn't
crash out.
have what is it? My sister's not an apologetic person, right?
Mm.
My mom didn't
Yeah.
teach that. So anytime that something's wrong, they're not we're not apologizing to each other. And I've grown up to know that because I've always been responsible. So I teach that to my children. But as for them, they're not accountability held kind of people, right? So everything gets swept under the rug. They behave irrationally and we just have to move on. And I have to be the bigger person because again, I'm the mama for real,
Yeah.
for real. And so I have to take responsibility. So it is really a miserable feeling as a firstborn because it's not a fairness. It's like I'm not asking you to tell them that to respect me like a mother, but if you solely relied on me as a child
Hmm.
to help you because I was like a second parent, then they should have some level of respect, and there's none. So
Yeah.
after I realized that, I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. So I showed my mom the screenshot, and I'm like, this is the stuff I have to go through by being genuine. So somehow she got a whiff of it, and then goes back on Facebook for all you government reporting B
Again.
words. Yes, I
Oh my
mean,
gosh. But see,
went
there.
off. She did.
Wow.
And I'm
And the
like,
whole point in the call was just because she was showing concern. Like, hey, this is what's going on. Can we talk about this? And instead, everything just goes left.
this is mental health. That's the only thing
Yeah,
my
it
mom got out of
is.
it. She was like, that's you're wishing that on someone. And I'm like, okay. I wanted
No,
to
she's showing
say,
it.
sir,
But
did you
they are.
realize
Yeah.
I was like, did you forget that I am the one that was put on Facebook, and everybody knows I'm her sister. So they're not going to say, well, let me see who her sister is. Everybody already knows that.
They're
So
gonna
it's like,
come to
what were
you.
you trying to do? I'm like, this is crazy. So that really, it didn't bother me because I'm used to it, but it definitely put me in a mindset. I'm like, this will never be a fair thing. My mom
Yeah.
is always expecting me to be the bigger person. I have to be in order for this to work, or it just won't work. So
Yeah.
that's my little story time. Y'all know I always got a story. So let's see what happens on the next show because it just happens. So
Yeah.
I
We
was
might
just
have
like,
like a part two of this. I think we definitely should have like a part two, hopefully.
Yeah.
girl, with this
Especially because we've had
technology,
so many hiccups.
it's crazy. All right. So I know that you guys have a very different story than mine. So that
Yeah.
gives me time to rest these fingers from being
Yeah.
holding the phone. So,
Yeah, rest the fingers from
Lynette, you
holding the
want to go
phone.
ahead and share your story of your
Yeah.
firstborn antics?
Yeah. See, for me, it's a lot different. The way I grew up, I was more sheltered, more protected from the world, actually, which, pretty much I'm still grateful for the safety that I had, but it hindered me, I think, as I've gotten older into adulthood, because even to this day, I'm still learning confidence as well as independence. So, majority of my life, I was practically a dependent. And I think it wasn't until I got into my late 20s, almost 30. I would say borderline 20, 30-ish. I think when I decided, when we started to have more children, is when I wanted to pretty much break out of that, because the problem that I had is because I was so dependent, whereas a lot of the decisions were pretty much kind of made for me. Um, and then I had it, like I said, it just is one of those things where I didn't have to be that strong. I
Mhm.
didn't have to do, like, I was babied, basically. Let's just say that I was more babied, and I don't know if it's because I was the firstborn. I feel like in my household, I feel like my sister was actually more of the firstborn child than I was. I was more of the, honestly, I guess, the baby, even though I had a younger brother. So the dynamic was very different with us. Like I said, even till this day, honestly, my sister handles a lot of the family things that we do. Like, I'm more of the, let's go to talk to Lynette about, like, if things are going wrong. So I'm more of like the nurturer. I'm more of the person that everybody comes to to talk about, just like a lot of the home things. And like my sister, she's the one that does like all the DIYs. Let's go and build this, fix this, So she's honestly, I would say my sister is more of the handy person in the home, and I'm more of like the, okay, baby, let's see what we could do. Let's it's gonna be okay. I'm more of that. So it's like me and her, we have like separate roles. So, and even till this day, I fear, like, my parents are getting older, and I'm like, it's going to become a day where everybody's going to be looking at me like, okay, Lynette, what are we going to do? I'm like, and to this day, I'm like, I'm looking at my sister like, okay, what are we going to do? So a lot of that stem from, I think my parents holding my hands a lot, especially my father. I think I was just a daddy's girl, where I feel that, like I said, when I hear like, oh, Forrest Burns being strong and independent, I'm like, that wasn't me. If anything, I think I had a lot of mental health issues just growing up, where maybe it took a lot of that from me, where I'm the one that really needed the additional attention. And where my sister probably felt like she's the one that had to kind of step into that role, because I wasn't prepared for it. Like my parents didn't really, I don't know, they didn't really prepare me for a lot of the things. And I don't know, because I know a lot of times it's different when you have like maybe like a one parent household. Like I think in your story you mentioned, like, when your mom left your father or whatever. And see, my parents till this day, they're still together. And till this day, my dad, I love my dad dearly, but he's still, oh, baby, I got this for you. I'm like, Daddy, I don't need it. I don't need it. And I don't want to push him away, but that's always been our dynamic is, baby, I got it. And then sometimes my sister be like, I feel like I'm underneath the rug. I think because when your parents, when they know it's easier, somehow like with you, it's like they know they don't have to worry about you. So it's almost kind of like they don't, whereas you're not getting the same parent as the rest of the kids in your household. You kind of know what I'm saying? It is unfair, and I feel like even with me, I feel like it was unfair because now I'm having to learn how to adult. Like I have children of my own that I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, oh, and it enabled me a lot where I'm trying to implement structure with them, but I'm still learning it myself, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So yeah, I would say my dynamic as a firstborn is way different, but I'm getting there, y'all.
Well, at least you didn't have that responsibility because I'm telling you, I
Yeah.
was literally
Funny.
like the mother. It it
Yeah.
it did some good, but I'll let Anya talk about her dynamic.
I mean, no, I think for me, it's the same as you. Like it was kind of like big sister slash mother role. And when I was younger, I
Hmm.
will say that there was some resentment because it's like, dig, I'm always in this house with these kids. These are not my
Mm.
kids.
Hmm.
But now that I'm older, like I definitely had to take the time to give my mother grace. Like you don't think about it when you're in it. Okay,
Right.
I'm 16. She's
Mm-hmm.
only 36. My mother's only 20 years older than me. So it's like she spent all these years with this man, had these children. She was a wife. She was taking care of her household. That was all she did through her 20s. So she never got to
Mm-hmm.
live her life. So it's like, okay, now y'all are done. It's time for you to move on. And you have these children. And there's only a 6-year age gap between me and my brother and my sister. So, I mean, really, I was old enough to watch them. So she just kind of worked, did her thing, and she was still at home with us, but there were times where she
Hmm.
wanted to live her life. And I didn't understand that as a teenager. So it did seem like it was definitely a lot of responsibility being a
Hmm.
firstborn because I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, doing homework, all that stuff. And I mean, it seems normal, but
Mm-hmm.
then like with Lynette, when you look at other households and you look at other dynamics, you're like, well, dang, you got babied all your life. I was around here fussing
Yeah.
about the fact that I gotta cook when I get out of school and help with homework. But I mean, it is what it is. I feel like it made me stronger, but then at the
Yeah.
same time, you also kind of see the cons in it too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially when dealing with other interactions and other relationships. Because Stacey sent
Okay.
us a TikTok earlier that was very funny. Lynette, I don't know why you ain't watching yet. But
I was
the guy was just pretty
underdog
much
there.
the guy was just pretty much just saying like,
Oh, yeah.
don't mess with the older sister because the older sister, that's the mama, that's the general. She in charge of everything, and that's how she gonna treat you. And I have to
Mm-hmm.
pull back sometimes with interactions because I immediately want to take control because I've been in that role all my life.
Yeah.
And
As
Yeah.
it
a
does
teenager,
affect,
even coming
right.
into being an adult.
It does. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Were you done? Or are you still going?
You
Okay. No, it does take an effect because then you get into a relationship with an only child.
know?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my husband is an only child. And we clash a lot because he doesn't understand the dynamic of being the responsible one. So when I have to stick my neck out and do certain things or make a decision on certain things, or my mom is asking something of me, which she's not doing it as much because in this season I did, prepare them that I was more focused on myself. So
Yeah.
everybody gets it, and as soon as you get married, it get quiet. Girl, I ain't got no friends. I ain't got no phone call, no
You still got
nothing.
us.
You're right. I got my two little friends. Listen, I talked
Who
to
were you
one of my
texting at 1 in the
girlfriends.
morning?
You.
I talk to one of my girlfriends at least 4 hours a day. She already know who she is. I be on the phone with her for at least 4 hours. We be talking about everything, cracking up, laughing. I swear that's all what it feels like. So it gets very quiet when you transition into marriage. So you gotta start
Yeah.
finding because now that becomes a priority. So
Yeah.
that kind of scaled back. But even before, he couldn't understand like why you always gotta do this. Why you always got to make a decision of this? What? They don't know how
Mhm.
to do it. Like they'll call me first, hey, why don't you go ahead and do it? And I'm like, wait a minute, why are you asking me to do that? I'm like, you can
And
do it. We're all adults, we're capable. Why don't you help me out and figure this out on your own? But that's not what my mother painted. She painted anything goes wrong, your sister's gonna fix it. Or
the same.
she's the resource. That's what it is. The resource.
Yeah,
So
that's
she
that's
can
a
get
good
things
word right
done.
there.
Yeah, that's what it is. She's the resource.
Mhm.
So people know I'm like a hell of a person sometimes when I want to get things done. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're the resource, just go to her, she'll figure it out. And sometimes that becomes a burden because I don't always want to figure it out.
And
So we
yeah.
clash a lot because he just couldn't
Yeah.
understand that dynamic of a responsibility. And then he's looking at my children
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, well, dang, why are they always so together? Well, first of all, I taught them,
So siblings do.
okay, not to be haggery towards each other. When you have an
Yeah.
issue, let's address it right now, which is something that we did not do. So, this is why our relationship is not as strong as it should be. It's patchy, which I don't want to deal with patchy anymore. If you
Yeah.
don't deal with me, just stay over there. I'd rather just be at peace without having to deal with the diverse emotions and the whole up and down and figuring out if you're okay or being afraid to bring you into certain areas and certain rooms because you might act a plum fool. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So instead of worrying about that or bringing you around certain friends because I don't know how you're going to react because you feel like you have more authority. No, that you don't have that control over my life anymore. So with that said, I'd rather just stay in my own lane. But my kids, if they have an issue, I don't make Dorian never felt now there's some level of get your sister together that they do on their own. But I've
Mm-hmm.
never made him feel like he was responsible for Cheyenne because they're so close in age that they're kind of responsible for themselves. But
Yeah.
they have a love and a compassion for each other that because as kids we're taught this, right? We have to be taught this. And so I taught them that we address the issue, we fix it, we solve it. So if my daughter sends me something that says, well, mom, this is what's going on, or if my son send me anything, I'll screenshot it. I'm not being
Yeah.
messy. I'm like, what are we going to do about this? Right? Let's fix
Mm-hmm.
this
And they
because
like,
I don't
dude, we
want
just
it.
want to talk to you about it right now.
Right, because
Yeah.
I was like, I just don't want it to be a long jet, like a lingering type of thing, to where you're like almost fighting over it, and then it causes a bigger problem. Let's just address it. So my kids have an awesome, beautiful relationship. So if something was to happen to me today or tomorrow, I'm
You
not
will know.
crying to my grave because I feel like they're not going to be together. No, they
Yeah.
100% have each other's back. Now, for my mom, it's different. She's going whenever God is ready, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Could be 20 years from now. She's still going with that fear that I may just walk away. I'm like, hello, I'm preparing from now because I'm
Yeah.
not doing this. I was just like, we cannot be this way. And then I'm thinking, like, how did you set this foundation that we're
And
so
see, that's another
comfortable?
thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
and that thing, and that's another thing. It's like with your like, as far as like your mom, it's like
Hmm.
she has like a fear, and here's the thing, you're still here.
Right.
It's like, why are you so scared of me leaving when I'm showing you that I'm still here? I mean, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
you're still grounded, and
Hmm.
because you are probably more grounded, I think she has like this fear that, I don't. Honestly, the fear sounds like a lot of guilt within her. When you think about it,
Yeah,
maybe
it
it's
could
some
be.
things that she felt that maybe she should have did more. Whatever the feelings that she may have, and it just could just be that guilt feeling. And I
And it
think,
probably is.
yeah,
Hmm.
and I think even with my parents, like my parents till this day, because I think because I have grown up on their end, it's more like a wow. It's like a more of a wow factor for my parents,
Hmm.
because like I said, and you could talk to anybody in my family, they'll tell you like Lynette will be like the one that shuts down, the quiet, the goofy little girl basically. And so like I said, my sister had to step into the lead, and even to this day, she still steps up into the lead because we're all like, okay, my mom, what you doing, so. But it's, I think, on my end, it's more of a respect that I have for her because I know she has played that role a
Hmm.
lot. I'm like, I'm just going to like not necessarily be the backup person, but I
Hmm.
feel that because like I said, she sees my parents all the time. She goes over there all the time.
Mhm.
I do too, but I think the problem that I have is that all I know is motherhood.
Hmm.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired now. I'm tired every day. So it's almost kind of like all I know how to do is be a mom, to my own kids. And I've been, mom since 20. So it's like I don't get to see my parents as often as she does. So in my mind, I'm like, out of respect for her, of course, if you feel that we need to do this, I'm going to back you and I'm going to support you and I'm going to be there with you. So like I said, I'm the firstborn, but it's like I'm like a big baby, which is, and I know it sounds weird because when you hear firstborn, you automatically think of strong ones, and
Mhm.
it's just that now I am a strong human being. I'm a strong woman. I'm
Hmm.
strong and there for my mom, my father when they need me. But like I said, certain things, is kind of handed to my sister on her end, and I'm here to support. And I'm pretty sure on her end, she's like, "Look, Lynette, I need you to step in a little bit more." So it could be some things that I can learn more of as far as stepping up into the role that I haven't really been taught. So it's like I'm figuring that part out, figuring out like where do I stand within my household. And even to this day, I even talk to my daughter. My daughter's 19, she'll be 20. I even tell her, I'm like, you are a lot stronger than I was at your age at 19, literally. Like, so it's one of those things where I see strength, I like to just pour into that because my daughter is also a firstborn,
Hmm.
I don't know if she popped in here or not, but she's another person that is a firstborn that had to be strong because after her, she has nothing but brothers, so she's like the person that, oh, we're looking up to, and like her
Hmm.
father has more children, then of course I have my two, so it's nothing but boys that is following behind her. So it's almost like she has to model a certain way now too, and then of course now she has her daughter, so it's like another one. And like the way you all are, I see that in her. Like, so I like to pour into that because I'm like, yes, baby, you're strong. So when you do get older, you're gonna be that. Mommy's just figuring it out.
So
So
let me ask you a question. This is
yeah,
just a
go ahead.
question I have for you. Did you ever
Hmm.
feel, because that is kind of how, I wouldn't say my brother's like that. That's the special
Hmm.
child, girl.
Yes,
I
that was
wouldn't
the
even say
special child.
I
I
wouldn't
was
even
that special
say
Not
one.
it's
special.
like middle child type of stuff because I don't know what to call it, but he's just distant. He shows up
Hmm.
when he do, whatever. Okay, that's a whole nother story. We're not gonna get into that. But
No, let's not do
it's a
that.
burden because he does not step up the way that we would need him to. It's like a
Hmm.
demand type of thing. And when he does, it's like you have so much to say. But where were you? How could you
Hmm.
say this when you're not helping like you should? Or why are you like this when you don't really know what's going on? I mean, my mom had been discharged from the hospital for like 2 weeks. He's
Oh
like,
God.
I'm going to go see mommy. I'm like, where? He was like, at the hospital. I'm like, okay, well, you go up there then. Cause like, where are you going? She's been home for 2 weeks. You didn't
He's
know that?
been
I mean, he's
wow.
so disconnected. So sometimes for us, as my sister's the youngest, she's taking care of her. So she
Mm-hmm.
never got rid of my mom. Like she's been with my mom her entire life. So that
Life,
can
yeah.
be exhausting as well too. I have already told my mother, hey, I'll take you. Come on, let's go. But her fears is leaving my sister behind due to certain things that she's going through, which whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's a mother's protection. I can't go against that. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, the doors are open when you're ready. But again, I can't tell you how to mother. I'm a sister, so it feels different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So when you have that sibling that's just not stepping up, I'm pretty sure Dorian goes through it too because it's sometimes he wants to like wring my daughter's neck
Mm-hmm.
because he's like, "Come on, man, you're not holding your weight, and I'm doing everything, and your mother keeps calling me for everything because you won't do what you're supposed to do." It's like pulling teeth. So
Yeah.
did you feel like? Do you ever think that your sister thought that maybe you might have been a burden? Because it's like, damn, Lynette, I need you, but what happened? I don't know. I'm just asking you if she
Oh no,
ever
that's
felt that way.
believe it or not, that's actually a
What's
really
wrong
good
with your face,
question.
Anya? Look at Anya's face.
No, but believe it or not, that's actually a really good question because I know me and her, we have a lot of talks about things
Right, right,
and
right.
even like her perspective as far as like growing up. I'm like, wow, really? It's we're both like, really? Like,
Like,
you
we're in
said
the
that?
same house.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
like
right.
exactly. It's almost like, oh, I didn't even know you felt that way. See, but at the end of the day, you can understand it when you take yourself out. So I think with her, yeah,
Uh,
because I'm gonna
I
be very
did.
honest with you. I feel like with her,
Mhm.
yes, because here's the thing, because she is technically the
Mhm.
middle child, and
Uh-huh.
then like my youngest brother, he's autistic, and you got me over here, mental health issues over here, and so
Mhm.
she's like, oh, hello, I'm over here. What about me? And
Right.
then it's one of those things where she had no choice but to learn, but to, you know, figure it out. She's a very strong individual, very, very strong individual. But I
Mhm.
do know just as a person, she may not fully say it, but again, I love my sister and I that's why I always
Mhm.
just try to make sure I'm there as much as I can. But I do feel that at one point in life, even when she was growing up, um, she probably felt like there's nobody there for me. Like we were here over here trying to figure out Lynette. We over here with Aaron. What about me? So I feel that
Mhm.
yeah, I feel like she probably did feel like it was a burden. Like, like she wants to step down a little bit and let everybody else figure it out.
Figure it
Sometimes you
out. Yeah.
yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised even if she hasn't said it, just knowing, like I said, I feel like that as a mom.
Exactly.
That's
Anya,
another
can you
story.
read that? Can you read that comment real quick? I'm sorry, Lynette. I want her to get it read
Now,
it.
No, you're
first,
fine.
It's Afton's comment. I can't really see it,
I
so
can see it because I like I say
um
it's on my computer. Y'all want me to read it out loud?
yeah, because I have to. Oh Lord.
Yeah, because I
Yep,
have my
you do it.
computer up. All right, it says my mom and dad had 4 kids when we used to fight and fuss. Was young. Hold on. My mom and dad had 4 kids when we used to fight and fuss when was kids, young kids, but we always stuck together. We
mhm.
were taught family is everything, but all kids are different, and I think my parents have figured out what each kid is good at when they get older. Like my younger sister is really good in financials, making sure paperwork is right. So that's my sister too. And
Mhm.
she make fair decisions. My older sister is giver and going to make sure your straight roof will be covered and your head, etc. I'm the child that's going to come over and wipe your butt if needed and feed you a good meal. Make sure you're clean. My brother's the youngest and he going to make a store run and take trash out and cut grass. So yeah, each
Okay.
child has like their own dynamic.
Got that
Damage,
And
right?
then
balance.
and
But
then
it is
Latoya,
balanced. Go
yep, and
ahead,
she
son.
said I was both young, both sheltered and strong at the same time.
Okay, so see, everybody has a different dynamic, and I know for me it's a double take, it's a double thing, right? So now I'm in a Caribbean household, and I don't know if y'all ever heard that. We don't get love like that. They are the coldest damn parents you could ever have. It is, I'm in America, work. I'm in America, work. And you're like, Hello, America's not going anywhere. Calm down, chill. But they didn't know
Mm-hmm.
anything else. It's like I came over here to make a better life for my family, my kids, myself. So I'm just going to work myself to death and you can figure it out. There was
Mm-hmm.
no, my mom did her best to try to bring fun in our lives, but she spent most of her time fussing because she had three kids. And I think it had a lot to do with three kids for a man she really didn't care for. I don't
Mm.
think parents understand that that also has something to do with it. Like if you really, and women do it today, like,
Yeah.
oh, you act just like your dad, or you, oh, and we've heard that a lot. There's things that we do that reminds her of him that will trigger her. So I don't know if we've been triggering her entire life
Wait,
to
yeah.
where that she just shuts down because that's the best thing to do because that's what she had to do in her relationship. So when we are like being us in his form, it's like, "Ugh, I'm just gonna shut down. I have nothing to say." And it's like, no, I
Mm-hmm.
don't need you to shut down. I need you to be a mother. Like step in between this because we're gonna listen to you. But I realized after so many years, you don't have no say so. You ain't got no backbone because they're not
Mm-hmm.
calling you when the world is falling apart. It's me. So
Yeah,
I'm
they're
just like,
calling you.
okay. So now that we're all in our own separate division, what will it be now if there's a case of an emergency? Will you handle it or would you try to find me to fix it for the resource of it, right? To be the
Yeah.
person to step up and make decisions. Because when my mother was real sick,
Yeah.
and we were watching her literally die in front of us, um, the
Yeah, that's how
doctor
it was
had
with my
came in.
mom too.
Yeah, we were watching her die, and the doctor had said one of the nurses wanted to take a blood pressure, another blood pressure, and she was like, "No, I really want to." He's like, "Oh no, don't worry about it. She's declining." I'm like, "No, that doesn't seem right." I'm like, "No,
Mm.
she's not declining because I just saw her blood pressure is fine." And
Yeah.
so she forced it. And I was like, "Well, just let her take it so we can see." And he stepped to the side. You know those residents that think they know everything. And he
Yeah.
stepped to the side because he was so sure that her blood pressure was going to be off. And here I am, the oldest, and I'm in my mind like, I pray that this is not what's happening because she just had like an episode before that. And so
Okay.
the blood pressure came to be a normal pressure. And I looked dead at him, and my sister's sitting over there like a damsel in distress, don't know what to say, do, or nothing. She just sitting there. I don't know if
Yeah.
she wasn't prepared for all of what my mom went through, and so I had to be the strong one. But there was many of days I'm like, why did I have to be the firstborn? God damn it.
Yeah.
So I looked at the doctor and I was like, "You almost deemed my mom dead." I was like, "Get out of her room." I said, "Get the F out and don't come back in here until you get some more doctoring. I don't want to see your face anymore." And so my sister was like, "Did you just say that to the doctor?" You
I
damn
sure
right.
did.
Her
I
life is
sure
in their
did.
hands. And so when everything started to boil down to where they thought she was going to pass and all this other stuff, they just started doing a whole bunch. It was all on me because you had my crash out brother thinking he could take his drinking kidney and put it in my mom. And I'm like, yeah, she'll probably get like 1 month off of that kidney. I'm
Just
like,
trying to find
Oh
a
my
okay,
place.
gosh.
honey, listen, it was a mess. And then my sister's
Yeah.
lost for words. She don't really know what to do. She's like, I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm prepared for this, because she had a lot on her as well. So it still boils down to me being the strong one and making sure that whatever
Mm-hmm.
decision I make, it's not a decision that's going to affect us all. That's
Yeah.
heavy
And see,
weight.
that's the part I'm good at when it
Hmm.
comes to like the emotional side of things,
Hmm.
the emotional decisions where just to kind of relate with the person Avion in there where saying I'm the person that will feed you, wipe you. See, that's me. I will be like on my end, I guess because I'm a natural nurturer. Not saying that my sister's not, but like I said, we all fall into different roles. Like when my mother, when
Hmm.
she was sick, it'll be like, okay, well, let me go ahead and do this, let me do that. It's like I just kind of fell into that. Like, oh, let's give you a little massage, whatever to make her feel good. So that's just, I think, based on all of our personalities. But like you
Hmm.
said, I think the problem with like in your dynamic is that nobody wants the responsibility. you
Mm-mm.
know um it's easier to put it off on somebody else where they don't have to directly deal with it if everything is indirectly dealt with,
Mhm.
Yeah.
um because they don't want they don't want to hold that responsibility should anything happen. And it could, here's the thing, it's like on you, it's one of those things where it's not fair, but when you really think about it, like in a different aspect, it's humbling because it's actually an honor, I think personally,
Because you're
the
the
fact
person that
that
can handle it.
people that
Yeah.
they trust you that much that they just know that you got it,
You can make the
and
hard decisions.
exactly, so that's
Mhm.
how I look at it. I look at it like with you, because you are the one that can, and it could just be stemmed as far as how you grew up, that they trust you that much where they know that you got it, and it's unfair, but at the end of the day, it is very it's an honor at the same time. So
That trust need to go out the dang door. Cause listen, I'm
The frustration
tired.
is when her mama won't pick a side.
I was like, But I did have my
yeah,
mother tell me, she was like, I cannot live without you. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, but you got two nigglets on the other end that don't respect nothing that's going on.
not the
Like,
nigglets.
She's trying
I
to
like
keep the
that.
peace between all of her children.
yeah,
I love
Anya,
it.
like
I
save
like
that
that
for
word. I'm gonna
Dr.
use that.
Phil.
The nigglets. The
Yeah,
nigglets.
listen. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm a transparent person. I don't
Yeah.
really listen. If when I need to be professional, I be professional. But this is real life, and I'm just like, no. Sometimes being the oldest is just not okay. My oldest sister experienced everything. Couldn't have boyfriends. I was the middle child, the overlooked. Hold on.
Mm.
I was y'all got a overlooked one. Y'all gotta read that because it's not showing on my screen. I don't know what the heck is
Okay.
going on.
Hold on. Me.
You got it,
Let's see.
Anya.
I
Oh,
got it.
Ashton gave us plenty.
I
Yeah.
Uh,
know.
She
I'm
was.
glad she's tuning in because Lord knows we were suffering
Mm-hmm.
out here with this
okay,
platform tonight.
I'm gonna have to scroll slow. Hopefully, I don't get too close to the screen.
All right,
She
go ahead.
Okay.
said, "My older sister experienced everything. Couldn't have boyfriends, etc. I was the middle child and overlooked one. I was the overlooked one and the one that stayed in trouble at times. Younger sister, sneaky one, but she's younger, so more sheltered. My brother was bad as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as he
Mm.
turned 18, he left the house, but I'm proud of him because he turned out to be a great father, etc.
Wonderful.
When we were young, we didn't get the love, the I love yous and hugs. We didn't get that loving type of affection, but for me, I just felt love from my siblings and I didn't have to say it or show it. I
Mhm.
felt it because I couldn't ever stay mad long for some reason. It's like, okay, we had a disagreement and now let's move past. So I would never say sorry. Now I apologize when I'm wrong. It makes me feel better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big thing.
That is.
Be apologetic. That's one thing my sister was not taught. I'm gonna be very honest. She's not an apologetic person. She's never said sorry. She too big to say sorry. So when you
Mm-hmm.
actually react to her just not taking accountability and you just say, you know what, it is what it is, then we get the
We just
emotional
gotta move past
erratic.
it.
So she's having some experiences in her life right now that I will not be a part of because I choose me. I choose me first.
You
I
have
have
to.
wonderful children and a husband that adores me. I'm not that's all a woman can ask for. So
Yeah.
why would I stress myself out with other things and siblings that don't appreciate me? You get what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
not just us, it's more of us. So I caught myself trying to use the wedding as a way to bring us together, and that did
Yeah.
not work. One of my brothers, I love him to death. Like he is definitely hands down involved and he has his own life. You know what I'm saying? But he still make it a point to stay relevant in our lives regardless. And I'm just like, okay, I tried it and it didn't work out. I'm done. Like I don't want to be held to be the oldest and I'm not even the oldest for real. There's another one that's older than me. My
Well,
dad
that's
was
just
just
obviously your mother's children, right?
Because I was going to ask you
yeah, it's
if
my
you
mother's
were
children, yeah, but
asking.
no,
Yeah,
there's an
I'm
older
the
one
oldest of
than
my mother's
me.
children too.
Right. And
Yeah, I have an
so,
older brother and an older sister also. By my
I have an
dad's
older
older
sister.
sister.
right. So he didn't do right by her. Ended up
Yeah.
having another child before she actually got to the States. And we don't even have a relationship. We tried it and it just didn't work. I mean, what do you expect? There's so much time missed I basically don't know her. So to start a relationship randomly, it's like kind of awkward for me because I really don't know anything about you. And now I have to take time to get to know you. We don't know each other's personality. At least the ones
Yeah.
that we all came out of the same person, we kind of understand each other because we know what to expect. We've been around each other all our lives. So it's like, all right, we
It's a
all
different
having
bond.
tantrums. Let's just go our separate ways. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I was definitely the child that had to stay on the step at 17. My mom's like, "Don't move from the step." I'm like, "Wait, the boy is around the corner with all of the hood guys doing hood things. You
I
mean
was
to
the
tell
same
me
way. Be
I
in the
can't
house
get
when the
off the
street lights
step?"
come on.
And then the little one, she's doing whatever. I mean, this girl almost had accidents. She was getting robbed. I
Mm.
mean, with her friends, they doing all kinds of, I mean, stories after stories, right? And I'm like, oh my God. So you mean to tell me I could not leave the step at 17? Like I had to
But
stay on the.
weirdly enough for me, it was the same
Uh-huh.
way. I couldn't really do much. I had to be in the house before the street lights came on. Not gonna be on the phone all night, doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I didn't hang out a lot with my friends in school. I was usually at home. But the crazy
Mm.
thing is when they got old enough to go
Hmm.
out and do stuff, my brother and sister gone, I'm still in the house.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Or even when I turned 18 and I moved out,
Hmm.
all of a sudden they're never home. They got school stuff they're doing, hanging out with friends, going to parties and all stuff. I'm like, where was this mama when I was growing up?
Yeah. See, that's
Because
another thing. Everybody's
I
getting a
didn't
different
get to
version.
do any of
Hmm.
that stuff. But I will
Yeah.
Right.
say, even though I didn't get to do it,
Hmm.
like she'll even say now, like, okay, yeah, I definitely should have let you do more. But
Hmm.
once again, firstborn, trial and error. So all the mistakes that I felt like I made with you are the things I don't feel like went over smoothly. Let me do it different with your brother and sister and see if that works out better.
That's it right there. Cause that's how it is with my daughter. Like everything that I did in mistakes,
Hmm.
I I figured it out. I even told her, I
Mhm.
said, "Yeah, baby, I'm using you as an example."
Yeah,
She said, "Yeah,
you're the
please,
test. You're
definitely
the test
do."
dummy. The first one is the test dummy because my mom
Hmm.
was strict with me, but my sister, she was just like, "Okay, let me loosen the reins." I'm like, "Loosen the reins, really?"
And
No,
see,
because
me,
guess
I
what? The
was
loose
the
rings.
opposite.
No, the
Hmm.
loose rings don't work. Because now
Yeah.
look at the
See,
loose rings.
yeah,
See,
and see,
that's
I
the
was the
thing.
opposite. Yeah,
Hmm.
I
I
It's
mean,
when
wasn't.
we definitely had different experiences, but
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I figured moving forward because my battery is like gonna say
On
bye
eight.
bye.
mhm.
You got to go. So this was a very different experience. I am so sorry for all of our viewers that we did have to be on the live platform. Maybe it was a little bit better tonight. I'm not sure. Hopefully it will have its act together for the next show. We'll just have to do a test run on it, guys, so that way we can make sure we don't have this issue again. But it wasn't bad. I mean, we still got our points across.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
that for this show that anyone that was a firstborn, um, and had different experiences, whether you were sheltered or whether you had a lot of responsibility. I hope that it was able to shape you into who you are today.
Yeah.
Our next show is going to talk about our millennials. That's what we're called.
Hmm.
Oh, we went through it, okay? So I hope that it shaped you. I hope that it gave you your identity. I feel like my identity came very late in my life because I had so much of pouring into my siblings that I forgot who I was. It was always make sure you're good. I mean, I'm filling out medical applications for a grown man. I'm like, why am I doing this? But again, it was always that let me make sure they're okay, you know? But when do
Yeah.
you cut the rope, right? If you're not being appreciated. Because it's one thing to do it. And then there's another thing when the door is slammed in your face and there's no thank you, I appreciate you. It's an expectation. So
Yeah.
that's the difference. I'm not expected to take care of you. I didn't go through 900 hours of labor to birth you. I did that for my own children. So I want that peace with them. And I don't want to feel like my kids are a reenactment of what I went through. Like I'm seeing it over again, right?
Mhm.
Two kids, they're doing the same thing. And then when I'm looking at them, I'm not seeing Dorian and Cheyenne. I'm seeing my sister and brother. So there's a little trauma behind that for me as well because now what my mom saw was, oh, they act just like my husband, my ex-husband, but now I'm getting, oh, they act just like my siblings. So it's different, and I'm trying to break the chain. I don't want that continued cycle. So for
Hmm.
anyone that is watching this show, if tonight you feel like you want to call upon a sibling and confront them, talk to them, let them know, hey, I needed you more. I need you to step up more. Ask them how they felt. You know, it doesn't hurt to kind of dig deep to find out how were you an impact in their lives, and how much stress that you have caused, or did I make it easy on you? You'll
Yeah.
be surprised at the answer you got. I wish I had the opportunity without someone always being a victim. It never
Yeah.
works.
You're
So
having
I
those
just,
hard conversations
yeah.
with each other.
And some people are not ready for it. So hopefully you were able to gain some reassurance from this show, because our show is always to leave a positive impact, even though it's real raw and uncut, right? And
It's
I
to
thank
start
y'all too for,
conversations.
right. And I'm thank you for sharing your point of view, because Lynette, I had no idea that you was like, nope, y'all can handle it. I'm good. I was like, you
Yeah.
just would never think that, but you, again, you don't know the
Mhm.
dynamic of everyone's household. So
Yeah.
I appreciate everyone watching tonight. Do y'all have any goodbyes before we go off of our backup platform?
I will
Well,
say this. I did put something in the chat. So even though everything is the live is going to be ending, but again, for those that want to leave a comment, please definitely do. The last comment I left is, even if you're not a firstborn, did your role in the family shape who you are today? So let's still continue this conversation.
Mhm.
Tell us all about it, and we'll try to also respond as well.
Okay, cool. And you, Anya?
um, don't have much to say. I hope that this does, spark up some conversation between parents, even between siblings. I
Mhm.
Yeah.
know that, just like Afton said, with my family, we've also been raised as siblings. As family is everything.
Mhm.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, we do family dinners on Sunday. So a lot of times at our family dinners, these conversations come up, or just talking with my mom, like it comes up. And sometimes it does bring everybody closer, whether there's questions you may have, whether there's any resentment anybody has, or if you just want to understand your sibling better or understand why people are the way they are. Because even with me, sometimes my personality is so strong when it comes to them that I do kind of carry myself like a mother, and I have to pull back from that.
Mhm.
And sometimes you want to have that conversation and get that understanding, so that when I'm doing too much, tell me I'm doing too much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when I'm not, tell me I'm not. But it's definitely a good way to start the talk, whether it's with your parents, to tell them how you feel, how you felt, because I've definitely done that as well.
Mhm.
Or just to bring everybody closer. Every conversation we have on Pillow Talk Unplugged really is just to start a conversation amongst everybody else. We want you to keep talking about it. Comment, like, share, and can't wait to see you next time.
I know it. So hopefully our little platform will be
We'll work.
working next time. I'm pretty sure it will, or I'm gonna be getting my money back. But anyhow, y'all have been unplugged. This will stay on here for a little bit until I find a way to get it on our YouTube platform, and then it will be gone. So I hope that you enjoyed tonight, and anybody that did the replay, put hashtag replay so we can know that you're in tune. You can follow us on Instagram. We'll put the Instagram in the comments, and you
Mhm.
can like and share. And that's it. You have been unplugged. Bye.
Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.